Hi everybody, my name's Sandra. If you look just behind me you'll see the church. It's called St Mary's Church and it's in Boston Spa. And today what we're going to do is another family friendly circular walk. It won't take you long, probably an hour. But if you did want to stop and have a paddle, then I will show you en route where to go and what to do. Yeah, the car park behind me is fantastic. It is completely free. Some days it's busier than others, but most of the time you will find that you'll get parked, and it's unlimited parking, so an absolute bonus. I'm now on Church Fields and I'll just do a circular 360 so you can have a quick look around. It's beautiful. We've got the new houses there behind me, as you can see, and this is the start, as I say. So park up in the car park, which literally, as you can see, is behind me. And let's get cracking. So once you're on the field, what you need to do is just look for the end house, and you'll just see to the right of it there's a pathway, and they've got some wooden bits at either side for you to walk down the centre of. So that's where I'm heading, so I'm going there right now. As you can see, this is a really lovely big field, so if you wanted to bring your blankets and a picnic for either the start of your journey or the end of it, you can leave them in the car, literally go and grab them and then bring them onto this field and just have a lovely picnic. Maybe bring some ball games or board games and just have some fun. So I've literally just approached the last house, and this is the area I was just talking to you about. So we're going to walk down the centre of here, and this leads us to the top section of the River Wharfe. You have two choices now, so you can go to the end of the path, and it's a bit of a T-junction, turn left and keep walking, or alternatively, if I just go back to the field, I'm just going to follow the path that I've just shown you, but I'm walking along here so I can throw the ball for my dog. But the path I've just shown you literally is there to my right. So if it's raining, you can just go and have a little bit more shelter, or you can be a little bit more exposed on this path. But you've got two paths to choose from, and as I say, they're right next to one another, so it's quite pretty. Just keep walking. So if you are having a picnic and you decide that you'd like to sit down, then you do have a lovely seat here, and it's in memory of Mavis and Harry Bates, who were always there for us. So very nice seat here. But then moving on, and this is always something nice to do, always just read the information boards to the children and explain things. Don't know if you can see, it's a really sunny day right now, but you can just see the wild flower grassland. And if I just take you up to this section where we've just walked from, where the car park is, during the summer months we absolutely have the most phenomenal colours. And then we've got this lovely little house here that all the bugs live in. So there's a hive of activity going on right now. I'm not sure if you can actually see any of this. Let's see if we can just do a bit more of a close-up. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what they are, whether they're hornets or wasps. They don't look like bees. I'm rubbish at this kind of thing, but it's got some real character as this bug house. It's fantastic, isn't it? And we have a plaque as well saying Boston Spa in bloom, March 2018. So a lot of people have done a lot of work here, and it really is quite spectacular. But we'll continue along this path. As I say, the other path is just to my immediate right, but I just want to be on here right now. I don't know if you're like me, but I like to tick the box to say that I've done the walk. And that's it, I move on to the next one. But this walk is just so beautiful, and I think you'd be missing out if you didn't try and see it during all 4 seasons. So we've literally just walked this way, and you then come to this section here where the path ends, and you could go right if you wanted to go back, but we're not doing that. We're going to turn left, and we're heading towards Jackdaw and the river. So it's almost paddle time. If you wanted to bring some towels and your trunks, That might be quite nice. Let's have a look at this. Isn't it lovely? Just the contrast is beautiful, isn't it? I'm literally on the top section of the river, which you can just see down there, and as I walk on, the river is to my immediate right, but a long way down. We're going to go down to the river in a minute, so stay with me. So as you are approaching the steps to go down to the river, Betsy, come away, come away. This section here just drops literally straight down, and it is a really big drop straight down. So if you've got children or animals, please do be very careful at this point. It's just this one section that I'm always really careful of. It's not far from the path, and then it literally just drops. So yeah, I do like to just point things like that out. You've got, across at the other side, some lovely fields, and you've got some houses in the distance, and more fields, and we're going to continue to the end here. So this is the section where we have some steps, which is quite nice, and we start to head down towards the river. It does get muddy. We're not going to turn left, we're just going to continue following the path ahead, which is straight down. It's pretty, isn't it? And we do have a little barrier here, and someone's very kindly put some rope here as well, so I guess it's to stop people from tumbling over the edge. As I say, it is quite steep, and this is quite steep as well. It does get really slippery in winter, but sometimes it can be more difficult than others. I love this little bridge. Isn't this cute? Absolutely. But watch this. Just to my immediate right, I can see the river. It just looks beautiful. I don't know whether you can get how steep that is. Look, different angle. It's quite steep. This is my peaceful, quiet place, and if you've got little ones with you, you can tell them that the fairies live in this tree here. And there's a really big entrance, which you've probably already spotted. Look, this is a fairy tree, and the fairies go all the way up to the top. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? And I've got my dog waiting for me, so it's a little stopping off place. So we're about, I'd say this was the halfway point, so if you turn right you can go down here to the river, and that's what I'm going to do. And what I love about this place is you have another little seat, but the view, oh, the view is just so dreamy. I often sit here, it's quite nice, and just take in the peace and tranquility, the silence, and just watch the world go by. Had a lot of rain, so the water's quite high on the river Wharfe, and there's a lot of debris floating around, and it's moving quite fast today. But yeah, another one of my all-time favourite spots. So walking back, I do like this bridge. I think it makes a wonderful photo opportunity. And it's beautiful walking through the wood. So we're just going to go straight on now. We're not going left at the bridge, we're just going to go straight on, and as I say, it's a circular walk, so we'll just follow this path straight ahead. If you can hear that down there, but there's a little stream to my left going underneath the bridge. That's beautiful. So we'll walk on and see what we can find. Sometimes some very kind people often put rope swings on the trees so the kids can have some fun. Can't see any right now, but if I spot one on this walk, I'll show you. So stay with me, and at the bottom of this path we're going to turn left and then we start heading back. The garlic is still out, so if you wanted to chop some up with butter and lemon, fry it off, it's really tasty. You could even freeze it and then add it into soups and things later. But isn't this pretty? It's a beautiful wood. These trees are so tall, just look at this. Beautiful, isn't it? Really pretty. Let's crack on. So when we get to the top up here, jackdaw, and I'm going to do a left. It's a circular route, as I say, so when you get to the road, be really careful if you've got your pets with you that they don't run straight out. And then I'm going to do my left turn, come back into the wood, but instead of being at the lower section, I'm going up there, so I go back at the top there. Let's carry on. So you'll notice a slight incline towards the road, and there is, I don't know whether you can see it in the distance, but there is a post that kind of signifies the path is coming to an end. So yeah, we're almost there, almost at the road. I think you can see that better now, look. There we go. Betsy, good girl, stay. Stay. And this is the shot from the road looking at where we've just been. There's a big vehicle going by, so as I say, be careful. And then we've got our Boston Spa Geology and Industry sign, which is lovely for anyone that wants to have a read when you get here. So as you can hear, there is some traffic, you do need to be careful, but you've got some lovely fields as well, beautiful views. We're going to cross back over and we're going on the top section of the walk back to the car. There it goes. So as soon as you get onto this path, immediately to your left you can see another little trail that goes deep into the wood, so that's quite nice. You could actually build some dens if you wanted to, but we're going to walk back on this top section. Yeah, it's as you can see, it's not a proper paved path, but it is not too difficult to walk on. A little bit bumpy, I guess, at times. So yes, I think you just need to bear that in mind. We do have lots of signs, although sometimes they're not abided by, so cycles and horses and motorcycles are not allowed, so a bit of a bonus, I guess, sometimes. So we'll continue along this path, and as I say, you need to make your own mind up as to whether or not you would be able to do this walk yourself. But it's great for kids, families who are looking for something to do during the holidays or on a weekend, or maybe even after school in the summer. It's just a very short walk that we're doing today, and most enjoyable. Lots of things to look out for Look at the garlic here, absolutely amazing, isn't it? Beautiful. And we can pick it and cook with it. Just teaching the kids how to forage is wonderful and so easy. You just wash it when you get home, chop it, stick it in a frying pan with some salt and butter, maybe even a few drizzles of lemon or lime juice, whatever you fancy, or some herbs and spices. And then, as I say, you can always freeze it as well and use it later, or put it into your butter and make some garlic bread. Absolutely, why not? So this is giving you a really good idea from the top section. I'll go a little bit further, and then we have our turning point coming up soon. So here we have a feeling of spaciousness now. As you can see, it's quite open, and to the left here is where the dip goes all the way down back to the river and the section that we've just walked. So we are heading back towards the car and just following the path, so it's easy, you can't get lost. In fact, my dog, she even knows her way back without me now, which is lovely. And there are a few bluebells en route, so if you look out for those as well, they look pretty. If you look into the trees, sometimes you can find the squirrels. And actually, I did this walk just last week and a squirrel actually jumped from one tree over to the other and actually just jumped literally across the top of my head. It was wonderful. So they're not bothered. It was just so nice to see. You find all sorts in here. It's really lovely. But great for picnics or den building. You can even have a paddle when you get halfway, which is lovely. I really like that idea. Although do be careful because it can be quite muddy and deep at times. And I know somebody's dog got bitten by a snake, so I don't know what kind of snake, some kind of water snake down there. The dog was quite poorly. Went straight to the vets. It did get seen to, but just so that you are aware. I don't want to be a merchant of doom and gloom, but these things do happen. So we're back to the point where we started heading down to the water. We went down this way, if you remember. And of course now we're going back. So we're going to turn right and we're going up the steps and back all the way to the car park. So you just follow this path. You'll see the houses on your right hand side. You'll notice the church, and that's where you're parked. So hopefully you are enjoying these walks that I'm doing for you. It is really nice to get feedback, so please do give me the thumbs up if you're enjoying them. Share them with your friends and family. That's always a nice thing to do, I think. I'm out of breath. I've only been up a few steps. So yeah, if you like these videos, then why not subscribe, and then you won't miss out on any of them. Press your notification bell and you'll see them as soon as they land on your computer. Thank you for watching.